In this video, we are looking at two of the best IEMs under $300 price range. Why I'm going at 300? Because it is difficult to find the Dunu Falcon Ultra under $220, while the MP145 is kind of going up and down. It is at this point of time being sold at $120, so it's a fairly cheaper IEM. But the reason why I'm doing this comparison is because this one is a very capable IEM, and the Falcon Ultra is one of the most complete sounding IEMs in the $300 price range. So, how does the Hidizs MP145 with an impedance of 30 ohm and 104 dB of sensitivity goes up against the Dunu Falcon Ultra with 10.7 mm 7 mm dynamic driver with a very reasonable impedance of 16 ohm and higher sensitivity of 108 dB. Now, it might not be looking like a big thing, but the MP145 is very difficult to drive out of the Hidizs S8. I had to go as high as 30% on my device to get similar level of loudness that I got with the Falcon Ultra at only 4%. So you guys can imagine the difference in loudness here is huge. Huge is kind of an understatement even. This one is hard to drive, and yes, the pairing with Hidizs S8 Pro is very good, but MP145 is not an easy to drive IEM. If we stop looking at the drivability part, look at the size of this thing. MP145 versus the Dunu Falcon Ultra. The size difference is huge, and you guys can see this earpiece get smudged without any issues. Okay, so even though this one is easier to maintain, just look at the size difference. It is huge. The size difference is huge. This one doesn't mean that this one is a lot more comfortable inside the ear. Falcon Ultra is not one of the most stable IEM inside the ear, while the MP145 can be fairly comfortable. If you have a decently large ear cavity, MP145 should not be an issue for you. If you have a small ear, do not really bother about MP145 because it is huge. One of the biggest earpieces I have seen on an IEM in recent times. So yeah, it is a big IEM. And if we start talking about the sound quality, I am using the silver nozzle on the MP145 to match the signature and details of the Falcon Ultra. Falcon Ultra is on the golden filter, which is a bit more musical, a bit less dry. So this has come down a notch lower when it comes to the level of details, while this one I use with the red filters, and the red filter is bassy, warmer, and slightly on the darkish side. But the silver nozzle, the silver filter, is V-shaped. It has a lot of details on offer too. So how does this planar IM with a V-shaped signature goes against a balanced sounding dynamic driver IEM that is priced nearly 50% more than that. It's not a straight comparison, but if we look at the technical abilities of the Hidizs 145, it nearly matches the technical ability, okay, the level of details of the Falcon Ultra. So, what are the differences actually? MP145 with the silver nozzle is slightly lacking with the base body and the amount of weight behind the notes, while the Falcon Ultra is a lot more fuller and effortless with that. This one kind of cuts the bass notes decay on in the halfway, while this one lets a natural decay, a more rounded decay, which feels more complete. If we talk about the layered delivery, both have that kind of layered delivery, but this one is not exactly great when it comes to extension either. The sub-bass extension of the MP145 is not the best, while the sorry, while the Dunu Falcon Ultra is very good when it comes to sub-bass. Sub-bass extension, sub-bass rumble of the Dunu Falcon Ultra is very good. It is not a very mid-bassy kind of IEM, while this one is slightly mid-bass forward. No issues with dynamics, both are very good when it comes to dynamic ability, and hitting the upper bass notes is not an issue with any of these two IEMs. So that is sorted, no issues when it comes to that. And if we talk about decay speed, this one is slightly faster, this one is slightly more precipitated, slightly more heavier, as I said, and marginally slower, giving it a more natural feeling. If we move on to the mid-range, it gets very interesting because this is a V-shaped IM and the notes in the mid-range aren't very tall. They kind of feel they are slightly suppressed and they do not sound very open. While the Falcon Ultra is a lot more open sounding with much taller notes and very good layering, very good air between instruments. So the mid-range of the Falcon Ultra is a win for it for sure. When it comes to tonality and timbre, this one is not exactly great with that either. So this one is the winner here. Mid-range, vocals, and everything on the Dunu Falcon Ultra is a notch better than the MP145. It's not that MP145 is bad or anything like that, but yes, the Falcon Ultra is doing a better job than the MP145. If we move on to the treble, that's where the MP145 shows its full potential. The layering, the staging, the imaging, and the air between instruments is just skyrocketing. It is not in the level of any other IEM in the dollar 150 range. Okay. And even if we move on to $300 price range, it is hard to beat the technical abilities, the transparency, the clarity, the amount of resolution, the definition Hidizs brings with the treble range. The energy is fantastic, and that is a bad thing too. Those who do not like the extra bit of energy, those who want a smoother presentation, might feel that this is a bit on the aggressive side, and some of us might feel that this is on the sharper, more brighter side, which is its its only downside. Or else details, stage, transient effects, sonics, everything is fantastic with the ID's MP145. The Dunu Falcon Ultra, on the other hand, is not as aggressive. It is very good, very good energy, very good clarity, very good extension. In fact, Falcon Ultra has slightly better extension than the MP145. MP145 has the energy and everything, but the Falcon Ultra is slightly more extended. I like the way it delivers the notes without being sharp or aggressive or on the face, while the transparency levels are very good. Extension is very good, and one technical aspect that the Dunu Falcon Ultra pulls out is the contrast of back and foreground instruments. That is better with the Falcon Ultra, while the MP145 is slightly lacking there. If we talk about stage, both are very good, very good. While the Falcon Ultra's blue filter have a bigger stage with the golden nozzle, we are getting a very similar kind of stage. This one is taller, this one is wider, and the Z-axis presence is better with the Falcon Ultra. So yes, if we talk about conclusion, if you want outright details, you do not care about anything else, you want details, going for the Hidizs is the right choice. But if you want a very good all-rounder that can deliver nearly on every aspect without any obvious flaws, Dunu Falcon Ultra is the only IEM I see under $300 that can do that. So pick your poison. Both are fantastic IEMs and you are not going wrong with any of them. But yes, this one has a lot more character, while this one is very well laid, very well tuned IM. So this is it guys. This is my comparison of Hidizs MP145 and Dunu Falcon Ultra. Thank you for watching. Have a nice day. Enjoy.